you hate the thought of working past 55 or 60? Do you hate not being able to live the life you deserve today? Do you hate not knowing what your financial future looks like? It's time to stop doing what you hate. Here's your host, Mr. Harold Green.
Hello, everybody. This is Harold Green of Bright Tree Financial Group. And it is time to stop doing what you hate. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm doing pretty well. Looking forward to sharing today's show with you. Just to give you a little bit of an update, finally made my way back to Hawaii for about a month. And, I'm pretty thankful and grateful to be able to have the attitude or the opportunity to be able to go back and forth and, be in different places, doing different things. And it's part of the decision that we made. And so I'm just going to soak it all in, and I'm glad to be back and, relaxing a little bit, seeing friends, seeing clients, client family, it's really good. And so it's it's a change of pace, and I'm grateful for that. So today, I have an interesting show kind of lined up for you. And I want to preface it by saying that everything that I say to you folks in my show serves a purpose. And that purpose is not to hurt you or to offend you, but it's really to help you get, to the point where you have everything in life that you're ever going to need for the rest of your entire life. I know that is a far-fetched idea for a lot of people, but for many, it is becoming a reality. And I also want that to be a reality in your life as well. And so I want to share with you something that I found out years ago, and something that I implement in my life on a daily basis. And I really want to help you get out of the 97% and get into the 3%. And I'm going to say it again. The 3% is basically people who have everything they're going to need to live on for, the rest of their entire lives. In other words, they become financially independent. Whereas the 97%, they're not there yet. Now, I would say a large portion of my clients are now in the 3%. There's maybe 25 to 20% that's not there yet because they're still working and building their careers and building their wealth. But a large majority of my clients are in the 3%. And I'm thankful to have been a part of that. And it's really exciting to see them travel, go places, do things with their kids, and just flat out enjoy their lives. And I want to share with you a little secret that I found out years ago that also helped me get to where I am today. And it also helps me bring others alongside me so that they can enjoy life as well. And that is my mission. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3, let's get it. Now, the title of today's show is You Get What You Focus On. You get what you focus on. And so if you were to sit down today and then take an account of your life, look at your balance sheet, look at your income, look at your marriage, look at your health, you get what you focus on. But I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. And one of the things I do, in the mornings when I wake up, is I sit down and I write out my little statements and things like that. And I do my affirmations and things like that. And there's 3 words that I write at the top of my notepad. Well, actually, there's a couple of different things. I write dream, plan, accomplish, because that's what I'm going to do today. When I wake up, I'm going to dream, I'm going to plan, I'm going to accomplish. Below that, I write out what it is that I'm focused on for my clients, because that's very important. And then the line below that, I write out 3 words: control my controllables, right? What is it that's in my realm of possibility? Like what am I supposed to be doing every day in and day out, night and day? What's my responsibilities, right? And I focus on that. And then I write down, what I read and studied in Proverbs. And basically this, what I'm sharing with you today came out of Proverbs 13. And I'll read it to you. Proverbs 13:2 says, "A good man eats good from the fruit of his mouth, but the desires of the treacherous is for violence. 3 says, he who guards his mouth keeps his life, but he who opens wide his lips comes to ruin. And you can go back and read all of that on your own, but primarily the rest of today's show is coming out of Proverbs 4:24. I really love Proverbs. I do. There's a lot of wisdom in there. And, you have to understand that wisdom is the principal thing. Knowledge is important, but wisdom will show you how to apply your knowledge. And that's very important. There's a lot of people with knowledge out there, but they're going about life in a haphazard way, not using wisdom with their understanding, and has led many people to many a ruin. So here's the thing. There's one thing that's controlling this whole deal. And this is not a show about anatomy. It's a financial show. But what do you need to do in order to generate finances? Number one, you need your mouth. You need your eyes. You need your ears. You need your hands. You need your feet. You also need your brain. But there's one thing. There's one body part. I'm telling you, this is so important. And I want you to hear me out. Because if you grab a hold of this, this is going to propel you to levels of life you never thought imaginable. And it is your tongue, your mouth, right? When you speak, you put words out there. Those words go into your brain. Your brain is the operating system of your life. It tells your hands what to do. It tells your feet what to do. It controls your motor skills. So it's very important what you are putting in your brain. And I want to talk to you about something that's very important. There's this word in the Bible, there's this phrase called willful contrariness, right? And I began to look up the word, willful, and basically it's deliberate or intentional wrongdoing with knowledge of or wanton and reckless disregard of its probable consequences. I mean, this is deep. I'm not going to go too deep with it, but this is something that people are doing intentionally and on purpose, and they do not understand the consequences and the effect that it has on their life. The word willful contrariness is something different. It's intentionally disagreeing or being willfully disagreeable and annoying, which breaks down the soul and it destroys your mind. Okay. It's like talking crap and you don't even know. Like everybody, people talk junk so casually. They say bad things about people. They say bad things about the situation they're in. They say bad things about their life, and it breaks down their mind. And this is the primary reason why many people who seek counseling never get better. They keep breaking their minds with their mouth, right? This is insane. I know this is a money show, but I'm telling you, it will be malpractice on my part not to share this side with you, because I've helped many people get money, but because of the other side of their life, it's not going too well. It's not going the way that it needs to go because of this one area. And people pass this off and they disregard it as hocus pocus bullcrap. But I'm telling you, it works. It absolutely works. It works for the good and it works to the bad. Now, years ago, my marriage wasn't doing well, and I've told some people about it. And, I told my wife, I said, we need to go to counseling. And she's like, for what? I don't want somebody telling me what I need to do and then trying to manipulate my mind so that now I'm susceptible to their advice and whatever they have to say. And they're just going to keep stirring the pot. And then I got to keep coming back. And then I got to get medication for my problems and on and on and on and on. I said, well, then there's an easy solution. Change yourself, right? Figure out what we need to do to change ourselves. And for me, it was the things that I said, because a lot of times when I spoke to my wife, she's from Japan, and they have a way of when you say certain things, even they speak English, it may mean something totally different than you think it means. I mean, it's just insane, like how the translation thing gets lost, right? And so, and I kept trying to like dig into it and dig into it and dig into it. And like, we got more and more frustrated. And finally I just said, okay, well, like, what do I need to change? Like for myself, like what do I need to fix? Because, if I don't fix this, it's not going to go well for my life. It's not like, oh, just scrap this one because she's not compatible anymore and just get a new one. I'm telling you, divorce has ruined many people on their way to trying to become successful. It is intensely insane. It is intensely insane. I've talked to people. I've seen people go through stuff. It has ruined lives. It's ruined kids. It's crazily insane. So I began to change some of the things that I said, and lo and behold, my marriage got better, and it's still getting better, and it's getting better all the time. And, when you keep saying the wrong thing, it's breaking your mind. Here's some things that'll happen. And this will keep you from doing everything that you could, or supposed to do. Like, I call it the missing piece syndrome, like, or it's like unknown variable to your success, or, it leads to constantly questioning, like, okay, what am I missing? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what's wrong here? Like, and something happened the other day, and, I called my assistant up, our client concierge, and I said, hey, I'm really unhappy about this. And I like being proactive. And I said, I don't like the way this went down. I said, so is there anything that we can do in the future in order to prevent these things from happening? And she said, well, this is not all on you. Other people had a part to play in this too. And she said, don't take it personal. And I said, look, that's the only way that I take things is personal. Everything is personal to me. And I hate it when someone says, well, it's not about you, don't take it personal, and I say bull, because when the predominant variable in a situation is me, and someone wants to change that variable and make it something else, then it is personal to me. If we are working together and I'm the predominant variable and you like me and we like each other and we get along great, here's what normally happens. You call me and you say, hey, look, I really don't like this about this. Can we figure out how to fix this? And I'll say, shoot, well, thanks for letting me know that. Let me make some adjustments, and boom, we're good to go. But like, when you call me and say, like, don't take it personal, but, I'm going to move on and do something different. And you don't really tell me the real reason why. I take that personal because, again, you are changing the variable, the predominant variable, which is me. So I said, hey, look, what can we do to get better at what we do every single day? And she's like, you know what? Look, the reason why I said don't take it personal, because I see how hard you work every single day. Like, I know you, like, you hardly sleep. You work like 7 days a week. You give it everything you got. I see all the research you do. I see all the information you put out to your clients. And if people don't understand that, and she's like, I have to stick up for you. I understand, like, I see what you go through. And I said, I understand that. I said, but for me, it's not about them. It's about me getting better and doing everything that I can do. And I said, so what are we missing here? What am I not focusing on here? Like, I'm not going to get upset and say, oh, this client left, screw them. Like, no. It's not about that. It's about what we could do better every single day, because this is about character building. This is about getting from where I am today to where I really need to be. And I said, I said, you know what? Let's continue doing more of this. Let's get better at this. And then let's add this. And then let's see how big of an impact that makes. Now, if I would just like to run in a shell every time somebody wants to leave or, move on and say, screw them, I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot, because I'm missing the opportunity to fix something that is not as complete as it needs to be. And I'm always going to be like, if I talk bad about people when they leave, it's like, oh man, that's so stupid. Their life is so screwed up anyway. They're never going to fix it. This is why their life is like, that's insane, right? And I'm going to give you guys a secret here to this in a second. Like, how can we change this? Like, always feeling like we're missing out or not getting everything out of life that we need. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's the easiest thing you can do. It's going to take work, but it's easy. It's easy. You have to change what you say. Like, what are you saying? Right? Every day when you wake up, like, what do you say? My son, came to visit for Christmas, and we were like talking and stuff. And, we got into all kinds of stuff. And he went home, and then we were having follow-up conversations. And I said, like, hey, bro, look, like, what do you tell yourself the first thing every day when you get out of bed? And he told me what I said. What he said, I said, look, that is so self-serving. I said, that is so self-serving, and it's setting you up to be in a certain mindset where things are constantly going to be like breaking down on you and not working out all the time. Like, what do you say as soon as your feet like hit the floor? Like, what's the first thought in your mind? And the words that come out of your mouth, they will set the tone for your day. I'm telling you, this is not only about your money. There's other things that control your money. It's what you say every single day. There's a list that I go through almost every day in order to set the tone for my life. Number one is what I say about my God that I serve. And this is me personally. I'm just telling you guys the key to my success. This may not work for you, but it works for a lot of people. But you may have a different mentality than I have. You may have a different religion that you're a part of. Like, I don't know. And my goal is not to hurt you. My goal is to, like, if you're in the 97% and you want to get to the 3%, and like you've been beating your head against the wall and it's not working, and you're doing the same thing, expecting different results, then someday you're going to have to make some adjustments, right? You're never going to win constantly losing. You can't keep like losing and then all of a sudden one day I'm going to win. No, it's what goes into your preparation. It's what goes into your sauce. It's what's in your recipe. Like, if you keep, like, if somebody says, look, you bake the same cake every year and it sucks, like, you stop baking this cake or get a new recipe, right? You can't sit there and keep doing the same recipe and then like maybe someday somebody loves it. Like, too much salt is too much salt. Any human being who tastes salt like in great quantity is going to be like, yeah, wow, this is bad, extremely bad. Like, you need to fix this, right? I'm sorry, but like, this is just it today. What I say about my God. And I say, like, God has worked things out and set things in motion for my benefit. I don't believe that things come at me to harm me per se. I think that God allows certain things to happen, and either it grows me or it's for my benefit. If it grows me for my benefit, right? Because I don't believe he sends evil things to hurt me or like to steal, kill, and destroy things in my life. That's not what I believe, right? And some people say, well, he's trying to teach you a lesson. Like I said before, I'm not going to break my son's arm to teach him a lesson. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to like chop his foot off and say, you know what? I'm just trying to teach you something. You lost this limb because you need no. It doesn't work like that. And anybody who tells you it does, I'm going to challenge them with an immense challenge. Go and study it every day. Don't go to church for 90 days. Study this thing every day. And then you come back and tell me whether or not you still believe what you believe. Like, not hearing anybody's messages, not like talking to your friends, none of that, right? And this is very serious. I'm sorry, I digress. What do you say about yourself? I'm a winner, not a loser. I am a super producer. Like, what do you say about yourself? And then what do you say about your spouse, right? I have a great and awesome marriage. I have a awesome and super supportive wife. Is my wife always great and awesome? No. Is she always super supportive? No. But this is what I'm aiming for. This is what I'm focusing on, because you get what you focus on. If I'm always complaining to my friends about my wife, or complaining to my mom or about my wife, or complaining to my coworkers about, like, my employees about, like, my wife, like, what do you think I'm going to get, right? I'm going to have a crappy marriage, because you get what you focus on, and what you focus on comes from what you say and what you hear. Others around you. I have great friends. Are they always great? No. But what am I focusing on? What do I want? I want great and awesome friends. Your job If all you say is your boss sucks, like get another job where the boss doesn't suck. Or I have a great boss. I have a great and awesome boss. And so I started off with a boss before that wasn't great and awesome, but boy, she turned out to be great and awesome. Did my boss change? No. But boy, did I change? Yep. And when I changed, things clicked and there was an alignment that worked. Sometimes the variable that needs to change is you. Your finances, what are you saying about your money? Man, I'm never going to have enough. Man, I'm always broke. Like, man, this deals always fall through. Man, I never get the clients I need. Man, I'm always putting up with crap that I shouldn't be putting. Like, man, like, you know, like, man, things are so expensive. Like, man, like, what are you saying about your money, right? What are you saying about your health? Are you happy, healthy, and whole, right? Or are you miserable, downtrodden, and like, woe is me, broken? Like, what are you saying about those things? Because what you say affects everything other area and arena of your life. Because this will determine where you look, where you take action with your hands and feet. Because your action will determine your outcome. And that's very important, right? Your action will determine your outcome. Now, I can't really use the word guarantees on my show unless I'm talking about a specific product that has like guarantees in it, and then I have to disclose what the guarantees are. Because normally we talk about investments. Investments do carry risk of loss. You have to go and do your due diligence, understand your risk tolerance, time horizons, and, you know, get opinions, second opinions, third opinions. Like, you know, you have to like, you know, you have to make sure you have the right advisor and you got the right plan in place to like, if you're trying to get to the 3%, then that advisor has to lay out a roadmap as to the things that you need to do in order to like make sure you get to the 3%. Like this is just standard par for the course kind of stuff, right? So one of the things that I deal with constantly is I have to deal with clients that are getting input from sources that are that it's not accurate stuff. And I tell them, I said, you can't keep listening to people on TV give you 10 reasons why the company that you've invested in is going to fail in the next quarter or the next year. What it is, you get hit pieces out there on certain companies because certain people don't like certain people, and they put this crap out there, and it just like tears down a company. And clients will either say, hey man, God, what's going on with XYZ? Like, why am I losing so much money in XYZ? Like, these guys are no good. It's like, who's telling you that? If you're listening to people on TV tell you why you shouldn't be in a stock, right? And they don't disclose whether or not they own it, they bought or they sold it, you got to turn that off, because guess what? You can be in a position that's a great company, but they're just going through like a rough moment. You sell them. Next thing you know, if they're 1,800% in the next 2 years and like you never get back in, guess who lost in that equation? You or the person on TV who told you that? Chances are you did, because guess what? They got their salaries. They got their multi-million-dollar contracts because they get paid to create content, infotainment, and generate ratings for the cable companies. I'm telling you, that's why a lot of people think the stock market is rigged. No, it is not rigged. You just got like people that are preying on people because you've been focusing on the wrong thing. You've been saying the wrong things, and wrong things lead to other wrong things. And then you begin to make bad decisions. And this is why you have the 3% and the 97%. So if this show has helped you today and you want to take some action, get on my calendar, give Beverly a call, 808-521-4401, and let me begin to help you with both sides of the equation. You may say, Harold, I just want you to focus on my money. I don't care about this other side of this stuff. But I'm telling you, I care about you as a human being. I'm not trying to like convert you to Christianity or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, as a general rule, my mama used to tell me all the time, if you ain't got nothing nice to say about people, don't say nothing at all, right? Like, just words matter. And when I was growing up, although we didn't have everything, but boy, and my mom wasn't a perfect person, but what she did tell me, it set the tone for my life. She's like, look, when you grow up, I want you to be somebody. I want you to be somebody like awesome. I want you to be somebody respected. I want you to be somebody doing big things. That's what I want for you. And although we were broke all the time and didn't have everything, and my mom didn't know how to put that together for herself, right? because she only knew what she knew, and she only did what she knew. But in her heart, what she wanted from me was like, she wanted all these things, but she didn't know how to save money in a college savings plan so I can go to school. She just knew how to go to work and make sure we had food. But what she told us, she never said, you guys are such losers. You're never going to amount to anything. You're just like your daddy. I mean, my mom never said stuff like that. She always said who she wanted us to be. And then she did what she could to help us. She did what she knew to help us. And so I'm sharing this with you folks today. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you believe, but I know that if you come alongside of me, I want to pull you up too, right? I want to pull you up so that you're not I want to pull you out of where you're at, but you're going to have to be a willing participant, and you're going to have to trust me and then shut down all the other idiots that are out there that are only out for themselves and not for you. So I want to thank you today for tuning in to the show. I gave you my contact number, and if you're serious, let's take some action and get you from where you are today to where you really want to be. So until next time, everybody, 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
This is the podcastfactory.com.